You love your house, but you need to sell it. There are a lot of reasons to sell a house. Maybe your job is changing and you need to relocate. Maybe the kids have moved out and the place is just too much to take care of, so you want to downsize, or maybe you're starting a family and you need more space. Maybe a divorce or a death. Some of these reasons are exciting and some are sad and difficult. Selling isn't a small task, it's a lot of work and requires a lot of preparation. It's not always easy and you should expect a few bumps along the way. Just because you've been through this process when you purchased your home doesn't mean it will be the same. The only constant in this world is change, and it's more likely than not that the steps to sell your house have changed. The housing market changes and fluctuates all the time. So where should you start the process to sell your house? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Ruth Howard, a principal broker with RE/MAX Equity Group, and I'm one half of the Howard team. I work with my husband Frank in Oregon's beautiful Willamette Valley. Okay, so where do we start? Start with knowing what you want. You need to know what you want right from the start, or the whole process is going to be nothing but frustrating. Why are you moving? What do you expect from the process? Have you been through this before? What's your ideal timeline? What are your expectations on price? We ask our clients all of these questions so that we know their motivation. Knowing their motivation keeps us all laser focused on the goal so that we can get our thoughts aligned and we can make a plan. Next, you need to talk with your agent about price. You've probably looked at some of the online sites, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Remax.com, Realtor.com, and you probably have a general idea of what your house might be worth. So when you are discussing price, market experience is really beneficial. Knowledge about the neighborhood and its micro market, current buyer behaviors, and trends are all super important. So how does your home compare to other similar homes? What kinds of things make it maybe more or less valuable, and what, if any, changes could be made to bring you top dollar? So this is our process. We do our research, we run our comparables, and then we have a value range that we discuss with our clients. The reason for the range is to give options. This takes us back to motivation. If top dollar is the motivation, then we will want to list at the higher end of the range, and this probably means that some repairs or refresh projects are going to be needed. If our client's motivation is to get it done quick and they don't want to do any work, they just want to get it on the market, we're probably going to be looking at mid to lower end of the range, and that's going to be our starting point. So once we make the pricing decision, it's time to move on to either preparation, get those repairs started and those refresh projects going, or if not, then we're just gonna go right to photos. We're gonna get that sign in the yard and we're gonna start our marketing. So once your home is on the market, you should prepare for showings. Most likely, your agent will have an idea of how much interest your home will receive, and you should have a plan to make your home available to accommodate showings. So you finally have an offer, or sometimes you've got more than one offer. So you're going to need to review each one carefully and decide which one is the best for you. This is another time when you will want to remember those motivations that you jotted down and specifically know what your bottom line is. What do you need to walk away with from the transaction? And you're also going to want to consider things in the offer. Is the offer contingent? What type of financing are the buyers using? Are they asking for closing costs? What kinds of timelines are they asking for? How much is their down payment? Did the offer include a pre-approval letter, and how qualified are they as buyers? Does the offer address an appraisal gap should there be one? If you need time in the house after closing, are they offering you rent back, and what are the terms? You and your agent will go over each offer in detail and discuss all of these things and determine which one is the best for you. And remember, if it's not exactly what you want, discuss a strategy for making a counteroffer. In a seller's market, you have a little more leverage to do that, but you don't want to push the buyers too far because buyers are frustrated these days and it could backfire on you. And here's another little tip. Try to get the next best offer in a backup position, just in case something doesn't work out with the first one. Buyers are having to move so quickly when they make offers that sometimes they do get cold feet. Okay, once a contract is signed by all, congratulations, you're officially pending, and the timeline contingencies begin. Timeline contingencies can vary from state to state, but they can be things like earnest money deadlines, deposit due dates, home inspections, financing, and of course, closing date. Once you're through these contingencies, you're almost ready to close. A typical closing where a buyer is using financing can take anywhere from about 4 to 6 weeks. And during this time, the title company will have been in communication with all of you, making sure that everything is in order to transfer ownership. Many times the buyer will have asked for a final walkthrough of the house before signing documents to close, so you should be prepared for that. Make sure that the house is in at least the same shape or better than it was when they fell in love with it. Finally, you will have an appointment to sign closing documents, which may or may not be on the actual closing date, by the way. Title will send out closing disclosures to all parties prior to signing so that you all know, buyers know, sellers know exactly what fees are being assessed and what the total due to you at the end will be. And once the deed records with the county, you are no longer the owner and the sale is final. If you want more information on earnest money, down payment, and closing costs, check out my video, What is Earnest Money? And thanks for watching. I will see you next time.